All right, Violet. Tell me. Just give me a little jump off about this record.
So this record, which is a split of the Nuclear Lawn Chairs and Hurly, Burly and the Volcanic Fallout, is the first vinyl release for Analog Revolution.
In 2013, we started producing the Analog Revolution magazine to help spread awareness and raise funds for what would become our record store. And in April of 2014, we opened the doors. And the plan from the get-go was always to run a record label. We started doing cassette releases and we started doing CD releases out of Analog Revolution. We tried to run a little recording studio in there, but we were inside a shithole concert venue and it just barely worked. But one of the first releases that we put out as the Analog Revolution record label was the Nuclear Lawn Chairs voted most chill in high school.
Show me vinyl collections,
It was a cassette and CD release that we did on hand-dubbed tapes on a boombox and CDRs that we were burning on crappy laptops that we happened to have on hand, you know.
The Nuclear Lawn Chairs is an old recording that Ryan and Andrew did back in the day.
And it was a blast. It was a lot of fun. They were these, like, 18 or 19-year-olds. John says several times in the music how old he is, and I think he says different ages on different tracks.
but I'm turning 20. Now I'm 19 years old. In fact, the size of the life when I'm 20 years old.
Which is funny because he sang them all on the same day and wrote all of the lyrics that day. But, you know, it was fun. It was energetic. It was emblematic of kind of where the Metro Atlanta music scene was in 2015. And so we put it out and we had a good time with it.
For the first, I don't know, year or two of the Nuclear Lawn Chairs' existence, I was their #1 fan. And then I think Andrew probably surpassed me at some point after that.
I bullied John into getting the band back together.
For me, they were really the band that just like epitomized not taking yourselves too seriously and just having fun and sharing that fun with your audience.
Issue 2 of our magazine has an interview with the Nuclear Lawn Chairs after Ryan saw them perform for the first time. And I think they were...
Before we even opened the record store.
As Ryan is saying from the other room, the interview was before we even opened the record store.
I mean, I remember shows where Danny's pants were falling down, Calvin was throwing a drum thrown through the wall, and then they gave away all of their t-shirts afterwards. Just like, you know, absurd stuff. And I think that's really beautiful. They're the only punk band I know that has been gifted a two-handed broadsword by a stranger from a parking lot. It really says a lot about their character. But yeah, anyway, they're a whole lot of fun, and I never in 1,000 years would have thought that this record would exist, either from my band or their band. But I'm really fucking happy that it does. So yeah.
And the Hurly, Burly and the Volcanic Fallout is the first thing recorded in the studio here at the LJ Makerspace. And we recorded this album October of 2021.
This is, I think, the 6th release from Hurly, Burly and the Volcanic Fallout. It's just kind of what we do. Yeah, we can't really help it. We're all just kind of along for the ride with this chaotic energy that we happen to share between us. Yeah, this one specifically was, I mean, over 10 years after our last release. I think 12 years after total.
Here we are almost 10 years after exactly 10 years after we put out the first issue of the Analog Revolution magazine. And we've got this big old facility that we're using to make t-shirts for bands and to make television and to record concerts. And we've got a full recording studio and all kinds of other stuff.
Hurly, Burly and the Volcanic Fallout was the band that I was in high school with Ryan. And we did weird stuff. We were together through college and stuff for a little bit and had our last show in 2013 at an abandoned go-kart track, followed by a show in Florence, Alabama in the End venue. And we do weird stuff. We would get in costume. We would play what is really basically kids music We realized that we're a kids band, but we did not realize that at the time.
So what made you guys want to get the band back together?
So, we hadn't had the band together since 2013. And I had a whole lot of changes in my life, all back to back. I got a divorce, the pandemic was happening, was transitioning, all kinds of stuff, and I just wanted to hang out with my old buddies. So I literally called Ryan and was like, hey, do you want to record an album? And Ryan said yes, which was his mistake.
Still regret it.
So yeah, we got together. Originally we were supposed to get together in February of 2021, and then Alabama was hit by a freak snowstorm. Like, so much snow, could not get up the hill to my house.
And yeah, obviously the fact that Violet was moving back to be within like an hour drive of us, and Sean was still in the state.
So we delayed it, and then in October, the makerspace was ready to record in, so we came up here to record.
We kind of saw an opportunity to, you know, get the band back together and share some old memories and have some old times. And especially since we had the LJ makerspace at our disposal, it was just kind of a huge, obvious opportunity to hang out, play some of the old songs, have fun with some new songs, and just re-experience what started all of this, you know, back when we were 15, 16 years old, just to kind of remind ourselves of what that feels like, and what it means to, you know, be creative in a group capacity with your friends, and, you know, have an opportunity to kind of fold in all of our life experiences since then. So yeah, it was just a perfect storm of a lot of beautiful opportunity to get back together and have some fun.
And that's where I reconnected with Andrew and got the idea to get Analog Revolution, the record label, going again and actually put out stuff.
So what is your goal with this new record release?
I want to sell 10 million records. No.
For me, I really like corn. No.
I just want that sense of fun and nostalgia.
So what do I want from this record? I want to encourage people to make stuff and to share it with other people and to ignore the fact that it's not commercially viable. This is sloppy pop punk from a bunch of high schoolers, and then a bunch of songs that were written by high schoolers being played by people who are now mostly professional musicians. And it's fun. If you're not enjoying yourself, you're doing it wrong, you know?
Anyone who heard of or saw or listened to Hurly, Burly, and the Volcanic Fallout back in 2007 or 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever had no doubt whatsoever that we didn't take ourselves too seriously. And I think there's a lot of value and a lot of power in that, because so many people do.
It's just fun music. Like the Nuclear Lawn Chairs, Hurly, Burly, and the Volcanic Fallout. They never played a show together up until like last month, but never will play a show together again. But it's fun music. They have a similar kind of vibe and feel in that it's just weird. It's sloppy, it's pop punk, it's rock, it's just about having fun and letting your inner kid just do whatever.
Have you started taking yourself more seriously?
In other capacities, perhaps. In the context of Hurly, Burly, and the Volcanic Fallout, I will let you watch the concert footage from our show last month and say for yourself.
So this is the first of 2 releases that we've got coming out very soon. The Nuclear Lawn Chairs, Hurly, Burly, and the Volcanic Fallout split will be out. By the time people are seeing this, it should be on shelves. And then within 3 weeks of that, we've got Dr. Deathray's first album. That's the band that Violet actually cares about. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but like Hurly, Burly, and the Volcanic Fallout is something she did when she was in high school, you know? It's what brought them together, and eventually it's part of what brought all of this into existence. But it's also looking back, you know? And the Dr. Deathray record is very much looking forward. And so both of those are going to come out around the time that this is published.
it's got a very unique look to the record. What made you want to go with that look?
So the splatter.
I think it's gorgeous.
It's our first record. We wanted to go out strong with it. So we were looking at Hurly, Burly and the Volcanic Fallout meets Nuclear Lawn Chairs. So we wanted to go all out. We went with an orange splatter for the Volcanic Fallout with the green of Nuclear. And it kind of looks like a weird like Nickelodeon slimed wonderful masterpiece. And it's disgusting and snotty and so fun, and I love it.
I think it's gorgeous. It definitely has a Nickelodeon thing going on that I was not planning when we decided to do orange with green splatter. But we're doing the record itself double-sided. It's a split release, but we're treating it like it's 2 releases, where each side is the A-side and each side gets to be the front cover. And frankly, I'm gonna own 2 copies so that I can have them both on the shelf, you know? Yeah, I think it's great.
So is there anything you wanna say in closing? Is there anything you want to say in closing? Or is there anything you want to say in closing?
Yeah, don't take yourselves too seriously, especially when it comes to budgeting your finances and not buying records. You should not take that seriously at all.
Buy records. Buy our record, please. We ordered so many of them. We have 1,000 of them.
Yeah, we made 1,000 of these things.
Too many records.
We got 1,000 copies of this sucker, specifically because that meant that we could sell it cheaper than if we got a lower number. You know, economies of scale and all that. So we ordered too many for you.
So buy records, especially this one. Buy several. Buy several of this one. You can have spares.
Please buy a record.
You can get 2 and wear them as very large earrings. Just buy our records. And buy other people's records, but mostly ours.
So, you know, check it out, see what's going on.
I want to make North Georgia the kind of music scene that people are writing about in 20 years, that everybody wishes they had been a part of in 20 years.